Maggie was asking about these people that have an instant enlightenment and never go back. They wake up and bingo, they found it. End of suffering.
Yes.
I felt rather sad that you mentioned Christianity in a rather apologetic way, which is really I know it's become the sort of fashionable way to use the word, but I'm sorry about that, because we can learn so very, very much, and I'm still learning from the life of Jesus. It's not something to be dismissed at all. And this whole great subject of bearing one another's burdens, even when we've sorted our own lives out, what about the rest of the world? There's more to it. So so don't be surprised at what life presents us with. To everything there is a reason, a purpose. And Alison picked up the point about love. Is it always of the ego? Oh dear. You know, we throw around this word ego again. I don't think I ever heard about ego, or certainly I didn't understand what it was until I'm not sure I understand it completely now. You know, we talk about it like we talk about God, like items in a shopping basket, as though we know what we're talking about. Overcoming the ego, ha ha. So you can go and have a bath and get rid of it. Not so easy. Can the sun get rid of its shadow? Have you ever seen sunshine without shade? Now then. Have you ever seen a man without ego? I haven't. Love comes to us at any age, doesn't it? And it's very often accompanied by some sort of, well, love is like a light, isn't it? And what about the shade? We have to say goodbye, don't we? Even for a few hours or years or sometimes forever. What is it about that sort of love? It can wound us terribly, devastate us. Some do, some... And love seems to come again to us when we're least expecting it. What I can tell you, for sure, is that there is a love without claiming it for oneself. I'll tell you where it is. It's always here and now. And to find it, we need to put our feet on the ground again. And sit on the chair. And feel this still presence. And tell me, where does love, whatever it is, end and this presence begin? God is love, they say, don't they? Is this it? And can we just remember all we've ever loved in this life? And where does that end and this begin? What is compassion? Compassion is a word given to this all-containment. That all this poor suffering world and everything that's going on out there, this is all contained within, in Christian language it's called the everlasting arms, isn't it? The infinite love of God. The compassion, you see. And we bear one another's burdens. The bigger we get, the bigger we open up to the greatness of what we're talking about, the more it encompasses the whole scene, and we bear it. And we don't really bear it. What happens is that it's contained. It's lay your burdens on the Lord. This is how it's expressed, you see. It's not what you and I can do, because in this, what happens to the you and the me? He's just left sitting on the chair, isn't it? It's just, you forget about it. The infinite compassion, absolutely. So this is in everybody's heart, whether it's recognized or not. It's in every leaf, darling, every stone, isn't it? How can it not be? In every biscuit. How can it not be? Where is there a barrier? Every hair of your head. There's so many of these questions. Yes, indeed, our first experiences of compassion, maybe when we were children, with a pet, crying for our little pet mouse when it died. And so it gradually grows, and so we learn, step by step, bigger and bigger experience. With compassion for the flowers when they're being picked. Indeed. Because why is there all this? And it leads us on to the great questions of why the world is as it is. Why is there all this plea for compassion from not only people but from the whole of nature? People are becoming aware now of how nature is destroyed by us. Why? These questions are all compelling, aren't they? Why is it like this? And following this trail, we gradually, if we're fortunate and may connect this with the spiritual journey, may gradually begin to understand why it is. But first of all, there is this pure, perfect being. And somehow we fall away from that into separation. And bump, so out into all the complexities and troubles of the world. And as we come back, we gradually discover what it is to see every tear wiped dry. And this is why this work is so important, not only for you and me, but for the whole of creation. And it's of cosmic scale. There's no end to it. It's raising the consciousness, you see. Our troubles are that consciousness has fallen. And who lets it fall in the first place? You see, it's that first question. Here we are in what you could call paradise, in pure being. And then we start talking or start thinking about it. What's in it for me? And before we know where we are, we've lost it. And then, if we're not careful, more and more fragmented. Everybody thinks they're different. Said we start off as one, and end up with billions. Say nothing of spilling over into nature. Everything's killing everything else to survive. What happens to death? Of course, it's laughable. Nothing dies. Nothing has to kill anything in pure being. And so, yes, you get into separation that these things arise. So the work is to return home again. Come home. Come back. That's what our inner compass is telling us, isn't it? And we start off by trying to be good in our own little circle and trying to be compassionate and, be a good neighbour and all that. Read the right books. Find someone teach us some sort of practice, religion. Go to church on Sundays. And this gradually leads us further and further along the way. Until we come home and find out, and then we see what it was all about. The further we ascend, the more we see, you see. You understand more from here than you do from here, from there. As we go, we understand more. In stages. We'd burst if we understood it all we just go pop. We couldn't take it, could we? So we're led gently home. This is how we know, because at each stage we feel better.
Yeah.
That's the reassurance. So we are described as lost sheep. Where is the shepherd to bring us back to the fold? That's right. Come back. Come back. And immediately it comes to peace, doesn't it? And behold, a new heaven and a new earth, for the old is passed away.